Hey guys, we're back to trophy pushing. We're currently at 5,700 trophies, putting us at number 24 in the world and number 7 in the United States. Let's go see if I can actually win an attack here. That would be pretty cool. For those of you who are probably curious, my sleep schedule is still destroyed. It is currently 1:40 a.m. and I just woke up pretty recently. So that's always a blast. You love to see it. I mean, I was ideally hoping to have my sleep schedule fixed by the time I recorded my next videos, but didn't work out that way, and that's kind of a bummer. I mean, my sleep schedule has been so good for so long. I don't even know how it got this bad. Like, I was chilling out for the longest time, and then out of nowhere, nah, it's gone now. We're back to bad sleep schedule. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Like, it really is incredibly annoying to have to, like, wake up so late and be so tired all the time. And it was so good. It was great for a long time. Like back where I used to live in Missouri. St. Louis, actually, the most dangerous city in the United States. That was where I used to live. And you might be wondering, why would I choose to live in such a dangerous place? That's a great question. Love, kind of. I was in a relationship and I was like, you know what? This seems like a worthy sacrifice to make. Let's just move to the most dangerous city in America. What are the downsides to this? How could this possibly not be a good decision? So I did that. I moved to the most dangerous city in America. And not only to the most dangerous city in America, I accidentally ended up moving to the projects of the most dangerous city in America. You can say that's my fault. In my defense, like, I didn't know it was the projects. Like, I wasn't from the area, so I was just like, the rent's pretty cheap. How could this be bad? And I'm from a pretty nice area. I'm gonna be honest. Like, my life goes in weird directions, and it really shouldn't, because I don't really. It's weird that my life ends up in a lot of weird areas, because I really am from a good area. I'm from a good place, but I just make bad decisions, such as moving to the most dangerous city in America. And like it took me a while to even realize I was living in the projects, like way longer than it probably should have. And there were like a few warning signs, of course. Like one time I went out to go take out the trash, and there was just some dudes shadowboxing on the corner of the street, and I was like, you know what? Maybe we're not going to take out the trash right now. We'll give it a minute. But I feel like when I really realized I was living in the projects was like one night I went to just go grab something from my car, my first mistake, going out at night in St. Louis. And when I'm walking out the door, I see there's a dog all the way down the street, Like, what am I supposed to be worried about? This little puppy over here? I was already nervous, but I was just like, okay, all I gotta do is go to my car. I was looking for plastic forks, very important stuff to find at 12 p.m. or 12 a.m., whatever time it was. So I was looking for some plastic forks because I wanted to eat my ramen that I had made, but I just was out of, oh, that was a lot of traps. I was out of all my utensils, so, I needed to go out and grab some. Oh wow, he's not. Why did it take him so long to realize he wasn't in range? That's actually wild. Anyway, so I saw the dog all the way down the street. He was not on a leash. It was just a dog, naturally just roaming the streets. And I was like, okay, that's not good. I need to make sure I don't end up like in that thing's eyesight. But he was all the way down the street. So I'm like, I'm fine. I probably have time. Let me just go quickly find these plastic forks. Here's the thing, apparently those plastic forks were just buried in my car somewhere because I could not find them to save my life, quite literally to save my life. I was looking for them and they're just gone. They just don't exist anymore. And I was not freaking out, but I was very aware of the fact that there was a dog unleashed, just chilling out. So obviously, I couldn't find it, and I look out the window of my car. I closed the car door because I didn't want to be like just out in the open completely. And I see the dog is like kind of coming my direction. And this is like the moment where you start thinking, ooh, I need to start going a little quicker. So I'm kind of like frantically, where are the plastic forks? Digging through my car, trying to find these plastic forks. I still can't find them. And then I see the dog. He's already there. It's too late. The dog is here. The dog is, it's right next to my car. And I'm like, okay, I need to hide. So I go, and I'm just hiding in my car. I'm ducking underneath the window because I'm like, if he can't see me, if I can't see him, he can't see me, this should be fine. And I look up, and the dog is on its hind legs looking out in the window at me, and I'm like, okay, I think he knows where I am. So the dog is growling too. This again, late at night. I didn't bring my phone with me because I didn't think I would like need my phone. Wow, really a 5-star Man, I made so many mistakes here. So, where was I? Right, I made the executive decision at this point to go to Taco Bell. It was like 20 seconds away, and my plan was to like go there, get someone's phone, call my ex and be like, hey, don't come outside, BTW, there's a dog, he's gonna maul you, don't do it. And that was the plan. And there were a few things I didn't quite predict, is like, no one's gonna give me their phone in the projects at 12 p.m. at night. Like, what I did was I drove up to this dude, boom, hit the brakes, get out of the car, I need your phone, there's a stray dog, I need to call somebody, I need your phone. And he's like, no, I'm not giving you my phone. And I was, you know, I was in the projects. Of course, someone's not just gonna like offer up their phone to me. They're just like, no, you're gonna steal my phone. I'm not giving you my phone. Nice try. Good try, buckaroo. So he's like, nah, you can't have my phone. You know, I kind of thought about it. I'm like, yeah, you know, that's fair. But then I'm like, well, I still need to go back to my, like, figure this out. Like, there's still a dog outside my apartment, and I don't have my phone, so my ex doesn't know where I am. I just quite literally drove off without saying anything. You know, I gotta, like, actually go back and mention, hey, by the way, don't come outside, you know? Because I just drove off. So I go back, and the dog is still there. And he's kind of far away at this point. And my ex is like, you know what, just run for it. And I'm like, I'm not going to outrun a Rottweiler. I'm not going to just say, yeah, I got this. I trust my legs, and just try and outrun this stray dog. She's like, no, you got plenty of time. The dog is like 7 feet away, and the door is like 15 feet away. I'm not going to make up that ground on a dog. I don't know if you know how fast dogs are. I'm way slower than one. So I'm like, no, I'm not gonna run and just cross my fingers. So I'm still just sitting out in the car, and she's like, what do we do? And I'm like, I have a plan. So what I end up doing is, like, in my car, I drive away. I pull around the block. I come back because I'm like, the dog will probably follow my car. No, he's still there. He's just like, nice try. You aren't getting back to your apartment. Have fun sleeping in your car. So I'm like, okay, well, clearly that didn't work. So I had to come up with another plan. And here was the plan part 2. What I did is I like drove and just like inch by inch made my way just further down the street until the dog was eventually pretty far. Because again, this dog was surprisingly hostile. I don't know why he was so mad at me. I mean, I don't even know how he knew I was in my car. I wasn't making noise. I was actually like trying to be so silent. I was hiding from him. He was like, nah, I've seen this one before, and just sniffed me out. That was actually so terrifying though. I'm gonna be so real. Anyway, the dog followed me enough. He followed me away from my apartment building, and then I run back in, and I'm like, yeah, by the way, I did not find the plastic forks. It was so tragic. It was actually so tragic. So after all of that, after some life-defying physics here, dodging stray dogs and everything, I didn't even get what I went out to my car for, which was a little bit of a bummer. And you know, my ex was actually mad about that. She's like, really, after all that, you don't even have the forks, so what are we supposed to eat this with, our hands? I'm like, I don't know. I'm not going out there though. I'm not going to go back out there. I narrowly escaped with my life last time. So anyway, all that to say, that was like, that didn't even tip me off yet. Like, every single night there were gunshots. I was just like, wow, this is a very active city. There was a police car that patrolled the neighborhood every night with a spotlight. I'm like, you know what? This is a pretty safe place. We got a nice active patrol. And there's a dog chasing me. Well, we have some nice, lovely pet owners. You know, I like pets too. I can't knock them for that. I don't even know what it was that, like, even the guy's shadow boxing, I was just like, you know, Rocky practiced in public. I can't say anything. This guy could be the next Rocky. Nothing really let me realize it was the projects until I was looking at my paperwork here. And it was like, welcome to the housing projects of St. Louis on my renting thing, on my lease. And I'm like, oh, now I get it. Really quick, the owner thanked Henry for giving me the idea for this attack. He'd been DMing me all day like, hey, look at this new strategy I found. So, Henry, this is your fault that I'm actually good at this. Thank you. Anyway, everything's just like, see, now I understand. Everything is starting to like click together and make sense. And like, the apartment itself was fine. I didn't have any issues with the apartment. My issues I had was always with just everything else. Like, there was always something going on. There was always something weird happening. Like, one night I heard a truck outside, and I was like, that's a pretty loud truck. I wonder what that could be. So I opened my window blinds, and there's a tow truck by my car. And, you know, I was just like, that's not supposed to be there. What are you doing? He's out of the tow truck, walking around by my car. Look, there's just a Tesla there. Walking around by my car, and I'm just like, oh, Well, I guess my car is getting towed. Like, I had a feeling of peace and just inner acceptance. You know, when there's like a nature documentary, a lion is getting like chasing a zebra, and the zebra is fighting for its life. But then the second the lion like actually has a grip on the zebra's just like, okay, bro, you win. You know, he just accepts it, and that's how I felt with this tow truck. I'm like, you know what? My car's getting towed, but you know, it was bound to happen. And then I'm like, wait, no, it was not bound to happen. Why is my car getting towed? I live here. What? Excuse me. And I like start rushing to try and find anything to really go out and put on so I'm not just walking out with no clothes. So I can't find anything. So I just am like, okay, you know what? I just gotta run. We just gotta go. I can't waste time here looking for a shirt. So I just go out there in my shorts, middle of winter. There's snow covering everything. And I'm just chilling out there trying to find this tow truck driver, and he's gone. He's just missing. I would love to say that I had some like epic fight with him, like, you can't take my car because I live here. I didn't say anything to him because I couldn't find him. He was just disappeared in the thin air. I didn't even hear the truck. It was such a loud truck, and then it's just gone. I'm like, what is going on? Which was great, you know, because now every single time I heard a loud car outside, I'm like, you know what? My car is about to get towed, and I would go outside. I'd check the windows. I would peek through them. My neighbors must have thought I was crazy because every single time there was a car that passed by, I'm there like peeking through the blinds. Like, are you a tow truck driver? Are you gonna try and steal my car? Oh God, it was so terrible. It was actually I felt like I was going crazy, and that was part of the reason I moved back. There was a lot of other stuff that occurred as well, which I can't really get into. Why did that spectator thing just flicker like that? Were there like 3 people deciding whether or not to watch me? Anyway, I had to move back, and like, I like where I live now. It's kind of a big difference, you know. It feels a lot different to live where I am now. And sometimes I'm not gonna say I ever took it into like, ever took it for granted, because I always knew I lived in a really nice place. But man, it's definitely, I do definitely know that I never once had to worry about tow truck drivers. Now it's like a new big pet peeve of mine. Tow truck drivers, big red flag. If I ever meet anybody and they're like, I'm a tow truck driver, I'm gonna be suspicious of you, man. I don't know what you're about. I don't know who you are. I don't know how loud the car is that you drive, but you better stay away from my 2014 Ford Fiesta. That's for sure. I don't even know. Like, I don't know if that was actually a tow truck driver, if someone was just deciding whether or not they wanted to steal my car, because again, a very bad place I lived. That would have been crazy, because if someone was just there trying to figure out whether or not they want to steal my car, I would have been very disappointed with them. I wouldn't have been mad. I would just be disappointed that you would choose a beat up 2014 Ford Fiesta with duct tape on it over the Mercedes that was parked like 3 feet from me. Are you kidding me? I mean, I guess maybe the police wouldn't have really cared about my car. They would have just been like, LMAO, just buy a new one. That car, it did cost like $1,500. Like, it was not that expensive. But you know, I don't really want to spend another $1,500. So anyway, that was very off topic, but I'm glad to be where I am now. I just gotta go upstairs and fix my sleep schedule as soon as possible. We are losing trophies today. We're currently number 27 in the world and number 7 in the United States. Thank God I did a cool attack so I can clickbait this video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. This was a little bit of an odd ramble about where I used to live, but we're back in a nice place and we're back recording videos. So let me know what you guys want to hear about me, I guess. Tell me in the comments. I'll tell you anything you want to know, kind of. Use code AJ.